Hi guys, thank you for visiting Tips 1. Today we're going to be speaking about applying overseas for your 6 months EEA Family Permit. I'm going to speak about the advantages, a lot of advantages being married to a French, Italian, German, applying to visit the UK or to settle in the UK. The biggest advantage is it's free. If you are, say, Russian and you're married to a French person, Italian, German, Bulgarian, Romanian, and you wanted to visit the UK or you wanted to settle in the UK, because your husband is an EEA national, European law applies. And it's a simplified way to get to the UK. You can go there on a holiday, you can live there, you can work there. Whereas if you was married to a British person and you wanted to live in the UK, the medical health charge and the visa fee cost you about $3,000. And if the documents are wrong, they can quite easily refuse. So that is the main advantage of applying for an EEA Family Permit. It's valid for 6 months over applying, being married to a British citizen. So it's better to be married to a European, not British. Now, how will you be affected after Brexit? So you get to the UK, you want to live there, you apply for your 5-year residence permit in the UK. So once you get the initial 6 months, you then apply for in the UK for your 5-year residence card. How will Brexit affect you? My opinion, it will not. I don't think they're going to ask you to leave. They might ask you to do an English test. They might bring out a few new rules. But it's going to be very hard for them to ask, a couple of million people to leave. It's going to be virtually impossible. So I don't think it's going to affect you at all. Other than they might start to charge you. They will cancel your 5-year residence permit and bring in a new scheme that I'm sure they will do. What that scheme will be, nobody knows yet. Now, when you're applying, let's say in Moscow, because that's where I'm based, when you're applying in Moscow for your EEA permit for 6 months, difficult to refuse, but they are getting more stricter. In other words, normally they don't refuse because it's free and they just know you're going to apply again. But because of Brexit, it's better to get it right, because once you get into a spiral of refusals, it's difficult. So most important thing, if your husband is, let's say, French and he's been living in the UK more than 3 months, he must be in full-time employment. That is the most important. He must show at least 3 months pay slips, 3 months bank statement showing his salary going in there. At least if you've got 6 months, show 6 months, and a letter from his employer to say he's got a permanent job and he's got ongoing employment, position, salary. We need to show that he can support you. We also need to show that suitable accommodation is in place for you and that your landlord or your husband's landlord will allow you to stay. If it's less than 3 months he's been in the UK, then then you might need to show his French employment letter, or so you don't need to show that he can support you in the UK if it's less than 3 months. But if he's been living there, very strict. At the moment, no language requirements. You don't need an IELTS. That saves you $150, $200. No TB test, that saves you another $150. You don't need these at the moment if you're applying as a EEA family member. Once you've prepared all your documents, his employment, relationship to prove that it's a genuine relationship, like photographs, emails, tickets, make sure the marriage certificate, obviously. Once you've got all that and you've applied in Moscow, they will take your biometric details and you must send it to Sheffield with a self-addressed envelope for the UK. So your husband will need to send you an envelope with, say, 4 or 5 first-class stamps with his address on it, so that they can return the valuable documents like your marriage certificate, divorce certificates, etc. So that is basically it. Once you've been issued a 6-month permit, you apply for your 5-year residence card. At the moment it costs £65 in the UK. You apply for that in the UK. So if you need any help with this, please visit our website portbureau.com, portburo.com. Our fees are extremely competitive. We don't charge UK prices, so if you want to get it right first time, please contact me. Happy to answer any questions for free. So thank you for visiting Tips 1, and I hope that was a helpful video. Thank you.